Hello and welcome to story time. Today our theme is snow, and it's January, which means it's winter, and there is lots of snow in Minnesota, and Minnesota is where we live. And the first book we are going to read is called Snow. It is written by Yuri Shulevitz. The skies are gray, the rooftops are gray, the whole city is gray. Then one snowflake.
It's not a snowflake.
It's snowing, said the boy with the dog. It's only a snowflake, said Grandfather with beard. Then two snowflakes. It's snowing, said the boy with the dog. It's nothing, said the man with hat. Then three snowflakes. It's snowing, said boy with dog. It'll melt, said woman with umbrella. A few snowflakes float down and melt. But as soon as one snowflake melts, another takes its place. No snow, said the radio. No snow, said television. But snowflakes don't listen to radio. Snowflakes don't watch television. All snowflakes know is snow, snow, and snow. Snowflakes keep coming and coming and coming. Circling and swirling, spinning and twirling, dancing, playing there and there. Floating, floating through the air, falling, falling everywhere. And rooftops grow lighter and lighter. It's snowing, said boy with dog. The rooftops are white. The whole city is white. Snow, said the boy. And that is the end of that one. Our next story is called Snow Friends by Marjorie Kyler. Snow, snow, and more snow. Oscar couldn't wait to go outside, but no one was awake, not even his boy Matt. Oscar waited and waited until he heard Matt stirring. Oscar grabbed his leash and ran to his boy's room. Walk, he barked. Not now, said his boy. Now, Oscar barked. Matt sighed and got up, then shuffled back to the door. Go play in the yard, he said. I'll take you for a walk later. Snow, barked Oscar. What next? Oscar chased a cat up a tree, made a doggy angel, and barked at the birds. What else can I do? I know, I'll take my own walk. Oscar raced down the street. He chased a bunny. to an icy pond. Just then a ball came sailing through the air. "Fetch!" a little girl yelled. "Mine! Mine!" Back at home, where's Oscar? He's run away. Uh-oh. Oscar! Let's go find him. Back in the woods, the two dogs dash around trees, up and down hills and across snowy fields. "Let's build a snow dog," barked Oscar. "Let's ice skate," yelped Daisy. "Let's build an igloo," barked Oscar. Suddenly Oscar and Daisy smelled something familiar. "Oscar! Daisy! That's my girl!" yelped Daisy. "That's my boy!" barked Oscar. The two dogs ran through the snow, up the hill, and jumped on their owners. "Oscar!" yelled Matt. "Daisy!" yelled the girl. Kaboom! They all fell over and rolled downhill until they landed in a heap. Oscar licked Matt's face. "My boy!" he barked. Daisy licked her girl's face. "My girl!" she yelped. Then off they ran. Snow friends. Our next story is a very special snowflake written by Don Hoffman. And this one you'll have to see. You'll have to look very closely at the pictures.
Me too.
On the day of the big snowstorm, Jeff and Veronica were playing with their new puppy, Snowflake. Veronica glanced out the window. "It's like a winter wonderland out there," she said. "Let's take Snowflake outside," said Jeff. "We can play in the snow." They bundled up in their snowsuits and dashed out the door. Soft snowflakes whirled all around them. They were as white and fluffy as the puppy's fur. Okay, do you see this puppy snowflake? Look at that winter wonderland. Do you still see this puppy? Snowflake the puppy? Right there? Yep. Snowflake barked with excitement and dove into a snowbank. Jeff and Veronica saw her tail peeking out of the white snow. Good job. Then suddenly she was gone. "Where is Snowflake?" cried Veronica. "We have to find her." My neighbor was shoveling the sidewalk. "Mrs. Bixby," they called, "have you seen Snowflake?" Mrs. Bixby stopped shoveling. "Goodness, what are you talking about? I can't keep up with all these snowflakes. There are so many of them." Jeff and Veronica looked at each other. They shrugged and ran on to ask someone else. And there's Snowflake. Their friend, the florist, pulled up in his truck. He was carrying a large bouquet. "Mr. James," they called to him, "have you seen Snowflake?" Mr. James was busy protecting his flowers from the storm. "I've got to keep moving, kids. All these snowflakes will freeze my prize roses." Jeff and Veronica looked at each other. They sighed and ran on. they spotted the neighborhood baker. He was delivering cakes for a party. "Mr. Ripple," they called, "have you seen Snowflake?" Mr. Ripple smiled broadly and held up his cakes. "You bet! These snowflakes have inspired me. I've decorated all my cakes with fluffy white icing today." Jeff and Veronica looked at each other. They shook their heads and ran on. Just up the street, the policewoman was standing at her corner. "Officer Huffy," they called to her, "have you seen Snowflake?" Officer Huffy proudly put her hands on her hips. "Never fear, children," she shouted. "It's hard for cars to see you with all these snowflakes falling, but I can help you cross the street." Jeff and Veronica looked at each other. They giggled and ran on. The mail carrier came trudging down the street. She was carrying her heavy mail bag. "Miss Jane," they called to her, "have you seen Snowflake?" "Neither rain nor wind nor snowflakes can stop me," she called back. "Stand aside, children, I'm off to finish my route." "No one understands," cried Veronica. "What will we do?" The children flopped down into a snowbank to rest. They were worried they might never see their puppy again. Then all of a sudden they noticed a red ball moving near the snowbank. A puppy was pushing it. "Snowflake!" Veronica exclaimed. "You've been here all this time." "That's not a snowflake, that's a puppy!" exclaimed the neighbors. Jeff patted the puppy's head and grinned happily. "This is who we were looking for all along," he explained. "She is our very special snowflake." And there's Snowflake again. All right. I have a quick little finger play about snow and snowflakes for you. So we need to get our fingers ready. You have your fingers ready?
Ready.
All right, so
Ready.
Snowflakes, snowflakes falling down, falling, falling to the ground. Can you catch them on your nose? Will they fall and touch your toes? Snowflakes, snowflakes falling down, falling, falling to the ground. All right, good job, Emma. And did you know that all snowflakes are different?
What?
Yeah, every single snowflake is a little bit different. Just like people. People are all different, aren't they? So this story is called No Two Alike by Keith Baker. See? You see all the snowflakes? They're all different sizes and shapes.
The different colors.
No two snowflakes are alike. Almost. Almost. But not quite. See, they're almost the same, but they're not quite. No two nests so soft and round. No two tracks upon the ground. No two branches. No two leaves. No two forests full of trees. No two fences, long and low. No two roads, where do they go? No two bridges, wood or stone. No two houses. Anyone home?
One is home.
No two friends, large or small. No two alike. Among you all. Are we the same? Just alike? Almost. Almost. But not quite. You see the differences in the feathers? And that's the end. And a really neat way to see that snowflakes are all different is if you take a piece of black paper, like black construction paper, you go outside on a snowy day and you hold it out and let the snowflakes fall on it, you can see all the different shapes and sizes and designs in the snowflakes. It's a pretty fun way to see what snowflakes look like.
We have on my book.
And we've got our last story here, Winter is Here, by Kevin Hinks. Winter is here. It's everywhere. It's falling from the sky. And sitting on the houses. And dripping from the roofs. And sticking to trees in clumps and curls. And settling here and there, softly, so softly. But winter can be hard too. Ice covers the pond. The leaves underneath are like stars in glass. It can take a long time to get ready for winter. Boots and zippers and vests and zippers and jackets and zippers and hats and snaps and scarves and mittens.
What are snaps?
Snaps are kind of like buttons that you just pinch them together and they go together. Winter is outside, of course, but it's inside too. Feathering the window and dusting the dog and sitting on the table. Winter comes without a sound, and it comes with many. The wind howls in every language, and the windows rattle. Winter is white and gray, but with the dark of night, winter is blue. Blue, blue, deep blue, and even colder. Winter comes, and then it stays, and stays, and stays. And when it's time to leave, winter shrinks away bit by bit. It slows down, getting smaller, drying up, slipping down the street around the corner, peeking back, then moving on, out into the world, into the air, into spring. And that's the end. Well, thank you for joining us for story time today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.